Okay, I'm going to show you a remarkable procedure for separating two sets of four of a kind after they have been thoroughly mixed together. And their organization and order is beyond the knowledge of anyone, but nonetheless, we are able to perfectly separate them into two sets of four of a kind in the end. Okay? So you just begin with two sets of four of a kind in any order, as you can see here. Okay? And then just have them face down, randomly stack these. Okay, so to begin to mix these, we're going to do an over, under, over, under, over, under, over. It's called a Mons shuffle, or you can do an under, over, under, over. That would work just fine. And then just push off four cards, four over here, and then repeat that, either an over, under, or under, over. Maybe we'll do under, over, under for that one, and we can do an over, under, over. That would be fine. How would you like these stacked? Right on left? Okay, very good. Now, all of the choices I'm going to give you are genuine choices that you can give the spectator. In fact, if you trust them in just working with the cards and not dropping them everywhere, they can do all of the mixing themselves, okay? So the first mixing we're going to do is just a standard left-right with random stacking decided by you, the spectator. You want left on right? Okay. We can do another one if you would like. Left on right again. Okay. Now you can do as many of these left-right shuffles as the spectator calls for. Maybe they want a third one. That's fine. You truly can do as many of these as they like. Maybe they want right on left. Okay. The other mixing that you can perform as many times as the spectator chooses is the Klondike shuffle. This is where you take the top and bottom cards off as one. Okay, that's called a Klondike. Would you like to do another one? One more? Okay. Top and bottom, top and bottom, top and bottom. Set the remaining pair on top. And then the third one is a famous shuffle for mixing cards and destroying just about every packet structure in card magic, actually. It's called the Australian down under. So you go down and the next card goes under, down, under, down, under, down, under, down, under, down, under, down. Last one goes on top. Now you can perform as many of those as the spectator asks for. Okay, you truly can. You can do it once or 17 times if they have the patience. Okay, it really is a free choice. Would you like to do any more of the mixing of those three kinds? You want one more Klondike? Okay, that's fine. So we'll do another Klondike. Here we go. Okay, very, very good. Now I promised you that we would be able to separate a well-mixed packet of cards that had two sets of four at the beginning and separate them. In fact, let me just show you how well mixed the cards are here. Okay, just so you know. Okay, can you see how messy they are there? Now, for those who have studied Bessey sequences of order 8, you'll recognize that this is a Bessey sequence of order 8. Okay, and this organization to the cards can be mixed in hundreds of different ways and not be harmed. So in some ways, the engine driving all of this is the fact that this special packet structure can be mixed in so many different ways, and in the end, we have tremendous knowledge of the organization of the cards. Okay, so I will add a link in the description below to Bessey sequences so that you can learn more about them, because there are countless card effects that can be created taking advantage of the remarkable properties of these sequences. Okay, but anyway, I think you can see that they're well mixed. Okay, and so what we're going to do to separate these is we're going to simply spell out four of a kind. Okay, so four of a kind. So this is how we'll do it. F-O-U-R. Set down the next card. Of, O-F. Set down the next card. A. Set down the next card. Kind. K-I-N-D. Set down the next card. And what we will have done, with 100% confidence is we will have separated the kings from the aces. What do you think the chances are that we've done that? Not very likely. Oh, that's looking pretty good. There's the aces. And here are the kings. Okay. So this will work for you every time. You just begin with 2 sets of 4 of a kind of your choice. Randomly stack them. Okay. And do everything that I did with a mange shuffle, and then I divided it into 2 halves. I did a mange shuffle on each. Randomly stack those. And then you can truly do as many left-right shuffles, Klondike shuffles, and Australian down-under shuffles as the spectator calls for. And then you just do this spelling out of 4 of a kind. Now, one thing I forgot to do, and I did sort of after the fact, and probably made it pretty obvious as to maybe what I was doing. You may have caught the fact that I tapped the packet on the table before spelling out 4 of a kind. What I was doing was just making note of the identity of the bottom card, because whatever that is, those will be the cards over here that are dealt to the table. So the aces will go down first, okay, when you do the 4 of a kind in the way that I showed you. So anyway, this is an amazing effect that has elements created by Warner Miller in terms of the spelling and some of the mixing of this Bessie sequence. I can also include a playlist to his card effects utilizing Bessie sequences of order 8. So thank you for watching, and take a look at other videos on the Absolute Math Magic channel.